Stingray Cool. I told you. We got the conscious rap. We didn't hit you with a lot of conscious rap. I'm going to hit you with a lot more. Gave you Good Mob, Public Enemy, Kendrick Lamar, Nas, Jay Z. Now we're about to give you De La Soul and pretty soon Tribe Called Quest. Before them gave you Lecrae. And let's talk about the boys from New York, the ones who put the daylight in the soul. De La Soul is an American hip hop trio formed in 1988 in Enfield area of Long Island, New York. They are best known for their electric sampling, quirky lyrics, and their contributions to the evolution of jazz rap and alternative hip hop subgenres. The members are Pasunos, True Guy, and Meso. The three formed this group in high school and caught the attention of producer Prince Paul. God bless Prince Paul. Without him, wouldn't be no De La Soul. With a demo tape of the song Plug Tuning, with its playful wordplay, innovative sampling, and witty skits, the band's debut album, 3 Feet High and Rising, has been called a hip hop masterpiece. Origins, Amityville, New York. Genres, alternative hip hop, progressive rap, jazz rap, golden age hip hop. Years after 1988 to present. Labels, Tommy Boy, Sanctuary, Colbert, Duck Down Music, PIAS, Associates, Prince Paul, Gorillas, one of my favorite groups. A Tribe Called Quest, another one of my favorite groups. Jungle Brothers, love them. Most Def, another conscious brother. We'll be doing content on pretty soon. Teenage Fan Club, Jay Dilla, no. Rest in peace, Jay Dilla, God bless you. Common, no. Another guy I'm planning on doing content on pretty soon. Beastie Boys, no, love them. And God rest in peace, Adam from Beastie Boys. God bless him. David Byrne, God bless him. Lil Dragon, bless him. God bless Snoop Dogg, new owner of Death Row. See Snoop Dogg, Damon Albarn, Tom Misk, website, Tom Misk, I think his name. Website, we are delasoul.com members. Of course, passing this True Guy, Meso. The album was the band's biggest commercial success to date, with the subsequent one selling progressively less despite receiving high praise from critics. They were influential in the early stages of rapper actor Most Def's career and are a core part of the Spit, Tick, Spit Kicker collective. They are the second longest standing native tongues group. After the Jungle Brothers in 2006, the group won a Grammy for their collaboration with Gorillaz on the single Feel Good Inc. Love that single. In 2015, they announced plans to release a Kickstarter funded up and coming ninth studio album in the anonymous Nobody in September 2015. It was released on August 26, 2016. The album tracks are said to be the result of multiple improvised jam sessions. The album also features guest appearances from artists such as Damon Albarn, Little Dragon, David Byrne, Two Chainz, and Snoop Dogg. Early period. De La Soul, the late debut album, 3 Feet High and Rising, released in 1989, was a critical smash hit in the hip hop genre. They quickly became prominent members of Native Tongue's posse, along with A Tribe Called Quest, Black Sheep, Queen Latifah, and the Jungle Brothers. Among others, the single Me, Myself, and I became a huge hit, further cementing the group's popularity. However, the 60s pop group Turtles sued De La Soul for using a sample from their 1969 hit You Showed Me for the interlude track transmitting live from Mars. Despite the fact that the Turtles did not actually write the original song, lyrically, much of 3 Feet High and Rising focused on striving for peace and harmony. 3 Feet High and Rising also introduced De La Soul's concept of the daisy, translation, an acronym standing for the inner sound. Y'all, as a result, audience were quick to peg the members of De La Soul as hippies. This stereotype greatly agitated the group's members as they always envi- envisionized their career as constantly changing style. This frustration would influence their next recording sessions in the press kit for 3 Feet High and Rising. The members explained their stage names. True Guy when reverse spells Yogurt because he likes yogurt, and Pacendius, spelled backwards, is Sam Sock. The album artwork was designed by radical British artist Collective The Great Organization. Ms. De La Soul performing in 1991 at the Dillon Gymnasium. De La Soul's second album, De La Soul is Dead, 1991, was a much more mature album. It featured a wealth of material that criticized the violent, careless direction that hip hop was heading in and at that time, though it still managed to maintain a light, absurd sense of humor. The cover of the album features a broken daisy flower pot symbolizing the death of the daisy age. You know, daisies in like acronyms, so it's what I already read earlier. And the imaginary and the imagery that went along with it. The album spawned several singles, including Dark Millie pulled a pistol on Santa, a tale of a young girl who could no longer take the sexual abuse from her father, and the lead singer Ring 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 Ha Ha Hey, a story about the people raided with the black sheep on Fantastic Fanatic of the B Word, Q-Tip from a Tribe Called Quest on a roller skating jam named Saturdays, and Prince Paul makes an appearance on the mic and Pass the Plugs. Pass the Plugs with a verse of his own. The album also more prominently featured Vincent Mason as a rapper, providing verses of his own, biddies in the BK Lounge, Afro Connections at a high five, and Ring, 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 Ha Ha Hey. Though it received mixed reviews and did not sell as well as 3 Feet High and Rising, it eventually became a cult classic. Source magazine listed the album as one of their top 100 hip hop albums of all time, stating that its true genius is rarely understood. There are several major differences between the CD version of this album and the other formats, as the tracks Johnny Dead, aka Vincent Mason, My Brother's a Basshead, Kicked Out the House, and Why Do You Worship are only available on the CD. The limited edition double vinyl promotional copies of the album distributed to the media before the official release did not feature these middle period. The group's third studio release, 1993's Balloon Mind State, saw the group evolve a new sound as they continued to grow stylistically and musically. There were several moments on the album which proved the band had matured. Yup. I Be Blowing was a departure as the track was instrumental featuring saxophone playing by Maceo Parker. Introspective IMIB showed De La Soul at their most self-referential to date with subject matters about Poe's daughter Ayana Monet as well as his grandmother. Long Island Wildin' was a collaboration with Japanese hip hop artist King Takashi, Major Force, and trio Sky Dara Par SDP. The album's first single, Breakdown, used a sample of Michael Jackson's I Can't Help It and Smokey Robinson's Quiet Storm. De La Soul collaborated for the first time with Gangstar's Guru, recipes, Guru, Patty Duke, female MC Shorty No Mas, a cousin of Pas- Pasandas, was prominent on the many tracks on the album, showcased particularly in the woods. The album ended with an old school Biz Markie collaboration called Stone Age. Missing from vocal duties is Mace, whose voice can only be heard on Area, and a break near the end of the track also rarely featured his scratching, which was heard often on previous albums with Only in the Woods showcasing his talent in that area. The album was a critical success, but it was the biggest commercial failure for the group at the time of its release. Many publications, such as Rolling Stone, have listed this album as one of the best hip hop albums of all time. In 1994, 500 copies of promotional EP called Clear Lake Auditorium was released in clear vinyl and CD. The 6-track EP contained edited versions of tracks off of Boo Loon Mind State, but also featured the tracks She V MCs, Shocking Female MCs, which was a collaboration with a tribe called Quest and Sticks and Stones, which featured old school hip hop artists Grandmaster Caz, Tito of Fearless Four, Whipple Whip, LA Sunshine, and Superstar. The EP was widely bootlegged afterwards. Stakes is High 1996 was the first album not produced by Prince Paul, with overall production credits given solely to the trio. Although it was met with poor sales, it has been critically lauded for its musical lyricism and its overall message concerning the artistic decline rap music began to face in the mid 90s. The title track and first single, produced by Jay Dilla, was not a hit, but the album's second single, It Tweed I Tweezy Hot, with only Dave on vocals, did fare better due to its creative music video. The album spawned a third single, Four More, featuring Zayn, which peaked at number 52 in the UK. The album did provide a launching pad for future star rapper and actor Mos Def, who appeared on the track Big Brother Beat. The album also featured collaborations with Common, Truth and Nola, and Jazzy Fatness T's later period. 4 years later, De La Soul announced that they would release a triple album series entitled Artificial Intelligence, or AOI. All three albums were extended to be released within a year, beginning with the release of Artificial Intelligence Mosaic Dome. This was followed by AOI Bionox in late 2001. After this, however, the third and final album of the AOI series was never released. For the next 2 years, the only De La Soul releases were singles or remix compilations. David Jude Jaleskor stated in an interview that it usually takes about 4 years for the group to record an album, promote it with advertisements, touring, and so on. The group was having trouble finishing the last AOI installment for many reasons, one of which being an ongoing struggle with Tommy Boy Records, which had been releasing its albums ever since its debut. In the summer 2002, De La Soul toured with Cake, Modest Mouse, The Flaming Lips, Kinky, and Hackensaw Boys. During the Unlimited Sunshine tour, the band was briefly featured in the video game Parappa the Rapper 2 with the song Say I Gotta Believe, featuring Double. It also appeared on the soundtrack of the game. In 2004, De La Soul released a new full album, The Grind Date, on Sanctuary BMG Records. Because the venture between Tommy Boy and Warner Bros. Records was shut down, the group's contract was shopped to the other WEA labels. The band thought about having its contract absorbed by Elektra Records, but it decided to leave WEA altogether. Although it was not the third AOI album, fans had been expecting the album was released to some critical acclaim and was well received by most fans. The album featured guests MF Doom, Ghostface Killer, Butterverse, and Flavor Flav, rest in peace MF Doom, with production from Knife Wonder, Jake One, Madlib, and more. The lead single, Shopping Bags She Got From You, did not fare well and set the tone for disappointing commercial acceptance. It could, in conjunction with the album's release, the group also offered up the track Come On Down featuring Flavor Flav for remixing on Sony's Acid Planet website. The rendered remix was Come On Down KY Raised in Your NY Glazed by Interlude. Jones, who said he tried to take the influential sound of old New York hip hop and marry it back to its roots. Since the grind date in 2005, De La Soul collaborated with Gorillaz on the hit single Feel Good Inc., which won a Grammy for Best Pop Vocal Collaboration, the first Grammy win in the group's career. After being nominated for a total of three Grammys, De La Soul also appeared on the LA Sympathy single Universal, yeah boy, and Pomecenians collaborated with Portuguese MC Boss A Act on a track called Yo Nayo Brenix Come Esta Murda. The following year, they released mixtapes, hip hop mixtape, tape, uh, a cover mount with British dance magazine Mix Mag, in the Possible Mission TV series Part 1, a release of the group's own AOI Records label. De La Soul collaborated with athletic sneaker company Nike to produce two versions of the Nike Dunk under their skateboarding division Nike SB. In 2008, the group joined A Tribe Called Quest, Nas, Tech Nine, The Far Side, and others on the annual Rock the Bells tour and were honored at the fifth annual VH1 Hip Hop Honors. Later in the year, they collaborated with Dan Lee Sack versus Scroobius Pipe on a recording of the British group's debut single, Thou Shalt Always Kill. De La Soul returned as a guest on the third Gorilla studio album, Plastic Beach, alongside Super Furry Animals frontman Gruff Ray's on the song Super Fast Jellyfish. What up, random woman? How you doing? Appreciate the love. And I'm glad you was a Life Jenna fan. And I owe that all to my friend David Lee. Shout out to Lee's Transportation. He's a Life Jenna's fan. He gave me the idea, so I had to do that. I'm gonna have to look at more of your content, Random Woman. I heard about you before. I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was on Grandmaster Troll. I think, and it was someone other people. It was like last year, so forgive me not for remembering. But I like, shoot, I had to check your content out, and you pretty cool people. Appreciate the love. I appreciate all you other YouTubers that show me love, even y'all with bigger channels. So I appreciate that. I am grateful for that. Let me get back to the conscious tip. Two other collaborations were recorded, but did not make the final cut for the Album. They were supposed to hear. I mean, they were supposed to appear on the track entitled "Slop Tropics." Due this song did not make the final cut, the group remixed indie rockers Yola Tingo's single "Here I Fall." I mean, "Here to Fall" for the "Here to Fall" remixes. EP, which included remixes by RJD2 and Pete Rock. Much love to my boy Pete Rock. Man, Pete Rock is the man. Pete Rock, I'm gonna give your flowers while you're alive. I appreciate you, brother. If anyone else don't never brag on you, I will. Cause Pete Rock is very underrated, man. That brother put a lot in for the New York scene and were featured in remix of Matt and Kim's single Daylight by DJ Troublemaker. In 2011, the group earned top 5 rankings on both NPR and Soul Train's year-end best of list with the Amerigo Gazeway produced De La Soul Fila slash Fila Kuta mashup. Fila Soul, De La Soul, and Nike released Are You In? Nike Plus Original Run, which was the group's first original master material since the Impossible Mission TV series Part 1. The album features Raheem Devine. Shout out to Raheem Devine. That brother can sing, you know, but he ain't Life Jennings though. I love Raheem, but he ain't my boy Life. And but I love Raheem Devine, Ghost Life Jennings, and my boy Music Soul Child, Genuine, and last, let me see. Yeah, we're gonna keep it to 4. They're my boys. I got a lot of rapper R&B singers, but I'm just gonna keep it simple with the 4. See, as well as products from the Chicago-based duo Floss of Drama Diamonds. The recording is a single track recording at 44 minutes 17 seconds, part of the continuing series of releases through the Nike Sport Music section of the online store. The group released De La Soul's Plug 1 and Plug 2 Presents, first served in April 2012. hmm An album that did not feature any contributions from Meso. With very little promotion, the album was released to positive reviews. This was followed by releasing one track a month during 2013. In March 2015, De La Soul created a Kickstarter to help fund their upcoming album. It surpassed the original goal of 110,000. in under 10 hours. That ain't bad. The resulting album in Anonymous Nobody was released on in August 2016, originally planned for April release, but delayed due to rights issues. Yeah, them rights can mess you up, man. Especially like with record companies. The full length was preceded by a four-track EP for Your Pain and Suffering, and the single Pain features Snoop Dogg, my boy Snoop Dogg. The album was nominated at the 59th Grammy Awards for Best Rap Album. Hey, that ain't bad though. De La Soul was featured on the track Moments on Gorillaz' 2017 album Humans on the of Leap of Faith by Mr. Jukes. And see, alongside Horace Andy and on Tom's Mickey's 2018 single It Runs Through Me, a 10th studio album featuring productions. Yeah, they was. Contributions for Pete Rock and DJ Premier will reportedly be released by Mass Appeal. Well, I don't really like to put the bad news, but we're gonna talk about a little about this. Well, it's a little bit of bad news. So they had a catalog dispute. De La Soul's back catalog has not been released on audio streaming service or digital media stores until 2017, and it was owned by Warner Brothers, which, according to the Pasendios, had been reluctant to clear samples of resonant contracts, and the samples used in De La Soul's music were only cleared by physical media distribution. The wording of the contracts is not vague enough to enable them to distribute the music digitally or unforeseen technologies. So you know how they can be like sampling because you get sued by artists and stuff. I don't got nothing against rapper sampling, but just be warned, you gotta make sure that artist, the ones you sampling ain't gonna have a quick change of mind. You better make sure they sticking with it. And plus, the record disputes, you know. But in 2017, the catalog was purchased by Time Boy Records on February 19th. All right, here we go. De La Soul announced that their catalog would soon be available on digital services. All right, however, as they were unhappy receiving 10% of the revenue, so they only received 10%. With the rest of Tommy Boy, the release was postponed pending future negotiations. Hip hop artists including Nas, Pete Rock, and Questlove called for a boycott of Tommy Boy. And see, right, in August, De La Soul announced that they had been unable to settle the dispute with Tommy Boy and ended negotiations on February 2020. Basandis said that Tommy Boy sort of came back to the table. We are looking to sort of get going. In April, Rostrum Records, Benji Grinberg said he was attempted to buy Tommy Boy to return the masters, according to De La Soul. So yeah, you can go to master disputes, you know. So filmography, De La Soul was in Teen Titans Go as themselves. Discography, 3 Feet High Rising, 1989. Please go check that out. See, okay, 3 Feet High Rising, 1989. That's one of my favorite albums. That kind of helped me be the conscious man I am, along with Goody Mob and a little bit of Bone Thugs. See, of course, my boys, Tribe Called Quest, which we're going to talk about pretty soon. See who else? Outkast, So I guess you say I'm a mixture of all of them with a little consciousness. Even Peter Pablo has some conscious songs. He ain't known for it. He known for like mainly club bangers type. But he has some conscious songs too. Of course, Common. And Music Soul Child in his own way had consciousness. So I guess you say I'm a little bit like all of them. But since I'm from the South, I might be a little bit more like Goody Mob, if you want to say. You'll see as I go through, continue my YouTube. You'll see for yourself, I can be like Goody Mob now. I can be conscious, but I can also have fun too. Or I could be like, what's my boy's name? Black Thought. I could be like him too. But yeah, all right, let's get back to this. De La Soul is Dead, 1991. Loon, Mind State, 1993. States is High, 1996. Artificial Intelligence, Mosaic Thumb, 2000. AOI, aka Artificial Intelligence, Bionics, 2001. The Grind Date 2004. Plug 1 and Plug 2 presents First Serve 2012. And Anonymous Nobody 2016. The awards and nominations 1999. Yeah, 1990. I meant to say. Me, Myself, and I. Best Rap Performance nominated. 2001. Ooh, featuring Redman. Best Rap Performance by a duo or group nominated. 2006, Feel Good Inc. with Gorillaz, Record of the Year, nominated. Best Pop Collaboration with Vocals, won. Best Short Form Music Video, nominated. 2017 or 2017, Anonymous Nobody, Best Rap Album, nominated. And that's the story of my boys. De La Soul, yep, I am. I had to. You know, I love music. Music and wrestling, two things I could tell y'all about on YouTube without struggling. Any other subject I could tell you about, but music and wrestling I just go naturally. Now I grew up in the dirty South where we had like don't no disrespect to the West Coast, the East Coast, and the Midwest, so don't take offense to what I'm about to say. But we are one of the best in the game. We didn't get we never had recognition the way that New York, y'all East Coast people had or West Coast people had, or I could say Midwest people, but we so when I say what I say, I'm not dissing y'all, I'm just saying we had to prove to y'all we want to be out there. Like Andre 3000 said in 1995 at the Source Awards, the South had something to say, and but we do appreciate the West Coast people. Y'all did show us a lot of love. East Coast, yeah, let's be real. Y'all didn't show us love like that right off the bat, but no, North Carolina, you know, yeah, I represent North Carolina. Been here all my life. Oh, you from Atlanta? Ain't nothing wrong with that. ATL. I got some family in Atlanta, but that's why most of our family roots it. But but me and my family, our roots like in North Carolina. Yeah, appreciate you. But yeah, I see that was in 1995 when Andre 3000 said that. So I would have been 4 years old. I didn't realize what that mean until like I became older. But I love all the coasts, the Midwest, East Coast, and of course, Dirty South and the West Coast. But but I love how the South we had our own style to where no one ain't never mistaken us for no one else. Oh, he from Texas. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Texas too. Man, y'all had ghetto boys, man. They put y'all on top of the map. See, North Carolina, we had Petey Pablo. Oh, I see it now. You was guessing was I from Atlanta? My bad. Yeah, I'm from North Carolina. But yeah, I appreciate being from the South. In the South, we gave y'all Goody Mob, see Outkast, UGK. But if I ain't mistaken, Ghetto Boys were, they from Texas where he from, really put us on top of the map. Then UGK, I think, was shortly after. You know, I don't know my history of the South like that. Because when I started catching on the music, it would have been like 94s, with Bone Thugs, but Bone Thugs from the Midwest. But yeah. But thank goodness for Goody Mob, Outkast, see, of course, my man, Petey Pablo for giving us a voice. And thank y'all from other states for accepting us. Like I said, with New York, I don't think they accepted the South right off the bat. But I know California did. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but boy, I can remember in the 90s, California and the West Coast accepted us a little bit quicker. But then I think that eventually, like the East Coast started accepting us. But yeah, I appreciate the style from the South. Appreciate you, random woman, for like giving me a chance. Cause I think when I first found out about you, that. But yeah, I think I found out about you from Grandmaster Troll channel. You've been on a lot of channels. I'm gonna check out some more of your content. But yeah, now get back to the subject. I like to drop little lessons after this, but I don't regret being conscious. I love growing up off all these people I mentioned, no matter if they're from the north, south, east, or west. So it took me a long time to really build courage to bring y'all consciousness. I know certain things on YouTube, the conscious community, like don't it got a bad reputation, but I'm still a conscious person, so I'm gonna drop knowledge. I don't have to claim the conscious community to give y'all conscious content. But I'm also I can adapt to give y'all fun stuff and talk about wrestling and still drop some knowledge. But yeah, I love Goody Mob, man. They made it cool to be from the South, and they showed people that we are smart in the South. We're not incest and all them jokes people used to say about us, but they show we can have fun too. And I'm bringing that vibe back. Yeah, I am. But yeah, I like to bring that fun back, man. But really bring me to black YouTube. I was tired of seeing those this black male I was tired of seeing this black male versus black female stuff. So I was like, man, let me jump into YouTube and change the game. I was tired because me being from where I'm from, I'm not used to entertainment where it's always black male versus black female stuff. And I know certain sectors like to push that. So me being the guy I am like Tupac in a way. Don't get it twisted. I got a little Tupac in me, but to where I challenge the status quo, to where I wanted to bring y'all more positive black male and female content for the old generation and the young one. Cause no, that's what the I learned from the old school. You pass the knowledge on to the next generation, no matter if it was the artists I listen to or the people I talk to. So you're gonna see a lot of Goody Mob, Outkast, Tupac, and Bone Thugs Harmony like influence come from me. Cause that's what I grew up off of. I love giving it to y'all. I don't change. I wouldn't change this for the world. I love entertaining y'all. I love learning from my fellow YouTubers, and I appreciate the love of Random Woman, Aunt T, see Mahogany. I mean, to be specific, Mahogany and MJ, because there's a lot of Mahogany's on YouTube. BNC, BMT, Grandmaster Trojan show me love. I appreciate y'all. Ism, he helped me. It wouldn't have been. I will say this. It wouldn't have been Stingray cool if it was for Ism, because it was like a year ago now. Boy, how time flies. When Ism let me appear on the show 2 times, it was pretty cool. I wasn't at my best because it was the early stage of me doing YouTube. I was more shy. But no, appreciate Islam. He one of the first major YouTubers to really subscribe back. When I subscribed to him, then everyone else started subscribing. And then so this what you and I came here. I'm changing the game. I'm still learning. I'm creating my craft. I'm just making content after content to give y'all something good and bring back a good name to the conscious community. Like I say, I ain't with the other conscious community with all that drama and all that stuff. I'm my own lane of conscious community. Matter of fact, let's not even put community in it. I'm just me. I love getting y'all just good content, man. Just to really make y'all think, to show people not all black men and black women are fighting. And I like to show y'all artists. That's why I'm glad I did this since last week, like with the conscious rappers, because I got a whole list to go. The NWA one, I'm kind of gonna hold off on that because that might be controversial. But Common, no, I got some. Most Def, because I gotta give love to Most Def, man. So I love the energy they bring to y'all. So I'm doing my end. So I'm bringing that influence to y'all of bringing that consciousness with fun. So we can get back and start doing the dang thing as black people, man. So it's weird. I ain't seen as many black men, black women fighting until I come to this certain sector of YouTube. But I ain't knocking them, and I ain't gonna say no names because I ain't want to give no recognition to them. I only give recognition to pilot YouTubers. But we're gonna change the game. I say down with the gender war. That's in my bio. I don't roll with this gender war crap. I roll with black people making their money together, us building together, and us loving each other, and still loving people of other races, of course. But this ain't about them right now. It's about us and having fun together. We gotta bring that back. Let's be real. I'm like Barry Mac. I say what people think. Forget all the hate stuff. I ain't mad at every black woman I see, and that every black woman mad at me. I'm coming here to give you realness. And I'm gonna end it with this. It was a quote from Busy Bone. I remember this back in 2004. Busy Bone said, "If we can't tell you the whole truth, we might as well not tell you nothing at all."